Today is International Literacy Day, and as part of the focus on that, we're going to be reflecting on how we can really mirror literacy as a tool for empowering individuals and communities. And joining me on the phone line this morning, Mrs. Oluwakemi Yetunde Kalesonwo, who is a director and head of the Lagos State Agency for Mass Education. Madam, it's nice to have you on Lagos Traffic Radio. Good morning.
Good morning, Victor. Thank you very much. And I say a very good morning, and that's International Literacy Day to all our listeners.
Great.
Good morning.
So let's talk about the day itself. What's the real essence of the International Literacy Day?
Thank you. International Literacy Day is celebrated worldwide every September 8th. And the essence really is to let people know that all over the world we still have people who cannot read and write. We still have people who are illiterate, people who have deficiency in one area or the other. So the essence of International Literacy Day is promoting literacy in every aspect of our lives.
Right.
For instance, today's International Literacy Day theme is promoting literacy in the digital era. So it's not, I mean, we're far gone past just learning how to read and write.
So let's look at it now and bring it home to Nigeria. So if you look at it, the figures that we have across the world in terms of literacy, what does the statistics say? And then we will narrow it down to Nigeria. What's the percentage of people that can read and write?
When we look at Nigeria, we still have a long way to go. But the thing is that we're gradually getting there, though at a very slow pace. But when you look at Lagos, I'm going to use Lagos as a contact point.
Okay.
Well, Lagos is the economic nerve center of the country. And so in Lagos State, we have over 92% literacy rate.
That's very high.
And yeah, that's quite high. You know, like I told you, Lagos State is the commercial nerve center. So nothing less is expected from us. We keep on striving in the Agency for Mass Education to ensure that everyone residing within Lagos State can read and write, and we teach them also life skills. So it's not just reading and writing alone, but life skills so that you'll be able to maneuver your way within Lagos State.
So let's talk about your agency now. So we're talking about the Agency for Mass Education. What's the mandate given to that agency?
Okay, thank you. Wow. Our mandate is actually to provide avenue for vocational programs as well as eradicate, illiteracy within the state. And with that mandate, we have 3 core areas in which we carry out our activities to meet that mandate. And of course, the first one is having literacy centers spread all over the state. As I speak now, we have about, I think 796 of such literacy centers.
700?
Adults, 796 centers spread across Lagos State.
Wow. Spread
across all the local governments and LCDAs of Lagos State, where we teach people how to read and write, also teach them life skills. So the second area as well is vocational training.
Okay.
Right now we have 8 functional vocational training centers, and as I speak as well, 5 more are under construction.
Okay.
We have one at K2FA, we have one at Beduleki, and of recent, one was also donated to the agency by Rotary at Odomola. And then we also have just this last week,
right.
My team and I, we were at Isolo to see the newly crowned Oba there,
Okay.
just to, we're there on advocacy visit. And I tell you, there and then he donated 2 buildings to us to start vocational. In fact, that day it was like, just come and start today. I said no, there's a process, there's a process.
Right.
Yeah. And of course, we also have one at Badagi and Ijaniki that is coming up. So, when it comes to non-formal education in the state, Lagos State government is really trying.
All right.
And we thank God for our governor.
Let's trace the antecedent of all of this. Let's look at how it all started.
Yes.
So when was the agency established?
The agency was established in 1991. And with the mandate, of course, we've already spoken about the mandate. And actually, we're growing.
1991. So this is like 34 years.
How many years ago would that be?
34 years.
No, more than 24. More than 24 years.
No, 34. 34.
34. Yeah, 34. Yeah, 34. 34.
Right.
34 years now. Yes.
Okay, so in terms of the consciousness of people knowing of your existence, how would you rate it? I mean, are people very much aware of the fact that we have an agency that is saddled with all these responsibilities, which you have mentioned?
You know, I need to be factual. If I say that everybody knows about Lagos State Agency for Mass Education, then I'm not being factual. But I tell you, we try as much as possible to propagate what we do through the radio, through the television, through advocacy visits to our local government, to traditional rulers, to even faith-based organizations. And of course, we also have different international and local NGOs that partner with us. So, just of recently, we carried out, we call it sensitization and mobilization campaign. Right. You know, where we go round the streets of Lagos to, campaign that illiteracy must be eradicated in Lagos State. And during that period, we told the people what we do, why they should come to our centers and learn, because it's free of charge. That is where Lagos State government is doing really great. It's free. You don't need to pay anything to come and learn a skill. You don't need to pay anything to come and learn how to read and write and learn life skills as well.
Right. So we'll talk about those who can attend your school. But earlier on, you mentioned the fact that we have 92% of Lagos very, very literate, so to say. So the remaining 8%, which of the stakeholders would you say fall within this category? Who are those that the school or your agency have found out are within the realms of this 8% that are not literate?
I tell you, we have a lot of adults, and we also have some some youths as well who are not literate. One thing I need to also mention here is that because of the influx of people coming into Lagos State on a daily basis.
Okay.
So even as we say, if we say 90 today, 92 tomorrow, it could even drop again and it could even go higher again. But majority of people who cannot read and write in Lagos State are actually adults. And so that's why our programs are very flexible for them. It's structured, but it's flexible. There's flexibility, meaning that for you to come to class, if you decide with your facilitators are those who teach the adults. If you decide you want to come in the morning, great. If it's in the afternoon, great. If it's on weekends, great. So that is where there's flexibility. It's not 8 to 2 or 8 to 3 program. All we need people to do who cannot read and write is come to these literacy centers, 3 times in a week and every day for 2 hours. So the 3 days could be inclusive of weekends. It could be during the week as well. It could be in the afternoon. It all depends on the agreement between the learners and their facilitators, just to make it easy for them to come and learn.
All right. Under what ministry does your agency fall?
The agency falls under Ministry of Tertiary Education, under our amiable commissioner, that is Honorable Tolani Sule.
All right. Okay, so now that we can identify all the pillars and everything right now, so who are those that can come to your school?
Now, you cannot be of school age. For you to come to our centers, you can't be of school age. If you're of school age, you'll have to go to the formal school. That's our primary schools. So, if you are no more of school age, you did not have the opportunity, or for one reason or the other, to attend school, the primary school, at the right time. then you're free to come into our center to learn how to read and write, as well as learn life skills.
So if
you know what?
So can you put an age? Can you put an age to it? Can you put an age to it?
For instance, if you're 16 years old, we can't send you to our primary school, to primary 1, because children of about 6 years are supposed to be in primary 1 in our government school, in our formal school. So if you're like 16 years old, you can't go there. No.
Okay.
You can only come to our own center to learn how to read and write, and of course learn the life skills as well.
Right. Okay then. So do we have structured times, or perhaps, like the formal schools, we have the curriculum, you have like a term?
Oh, definitely. Now we have a national body called National Mass Education Commission based in Abuja. So from time to time, they hand over, the curriculum down to us, and then we will now domesticate it to suit our own environment. Because, you can't compare Lagos with some other states, So we review it and domesticate it to suit our own environment. So if you want to come to our centers to learn how to read and write, and of course learn some life skills as well,
right?
It's just for 9 months.
Okay.
And we believe that by the time you're with us for 9 months, you should be able to read and write, and you should be able to navigate within Lagos State. You should, because like I told you earlier on, it's not just teaching you how to read and write alone. We teach you some life skills as well. We teach you about health. We teach you the social aspects. We teach you about governance. For instance, I'm going to take you back to today's International Literacy Day.
Yes.
Every year, there's always a theme. There's always a theme. And the thing is focused on areas that are still lacking. This year's theme is promoting literacy in the digital era. We all know we are in the digital era. So when you come to our centers, we teach you various things. We teach you how to even use your phone. We teach you how you can use your phone to make your life easier for you. For instance, on the phone, we teach you how you can use your camera. We teach you how you can use your WhatsApp.
Okay.
We teach you how you can even do e-banking, on the phone. So it helps you in navigating various challenges that you might come across. Don't forget that the category of people that we deal with are those who cannot read and write. So we have to go down to their own level so that they'll be able to navigate, all these digital challenges that they might face,
Okay.
So what do we do? Like I told you, we try as much as possible to teach you how to use your phone for mobile banking, and how to use your phone to even do business,
Right.
How you can use your phone to take pictures. If you're selling pepper now, you can, take a picture of the kind of tomatoes that you have. This kind of tomatoes that I have, and send it to your customer, and your customer can as well just forward the money to you, through the e-banking, and you get your money. And of course, you can also teach them how to use what do you call them now? Couriers, those who use bicycles to take goods from one place to the other.
Right.
So these are the things that we teach our learners, apart from just simple math and English.
So let's look at the gender now in all of this. So what's the gaps that we have? I mean, do we have more males or more females attending the Agency for Mass Education?
I will not lie to you. From our data, from our statistics, we have more females.
Wow.
We have more females coming into, and I don't want to give an excuse to the males for not coming, but in this part of the world, it's believed that the men are the breadwinners, so they have to go out and make money for the family. Of course, that is fast changing now, but in our centers we have more women than the men coming in. So I'm also using this medium to appeal to our men. If you cannot read and write, we don't stigmatize, we don't judge. Just come in. We encourage everyone to come in. And when you come in, you find out that our facilitators, because they are well trained, the way they will handle an adult It's totally different from the way children are handled. We don't handle you the way children are handled in school. We handle you as an equal. We handle you as an adult. So when you come just 9 months,
you'll be through. Right. All right. Earlier on, you mentioned that you have over 700 centers. Is that correct in Lagos?
Yes, please.
Wow.
Yes, please.
And these are spread across the 5 divisions?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's across the 5 divisions. It's across the 5 divisions. We try to make sure that there is, what English would I use now? That there is balance in all, where we establish our centers. In some areas that we find that, we don't have adequate centers. So, for instance, in Badagry division, we realized last year that we do not have enough. So we established about 71 new literacy centers there. Even in areas like Apapa, because, that's more of an industrial area, we realized that because we assume it's an industrial area, we do not have adequate number of centers there. So we opened up new ones too, because within Apapa there, you have like Badia area where it's densely populated. So we established more literacy centers there. Our literacy centers are across all the 5 divisions of the state.
Wow. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. We are talking about International Literacy Day, and we're doing that from the perspective of the Lagos State Agency for Mass Education, who's using literacy as a tool for empowering individuals and communities. You've heard the head of that particular agency, who's right with us on the phone line this morning. And I'm talking about Mrs. Kale Sanwo. She's joining us and talking to us. If you want to join the conversation, feel free. And that's on 08099120777, okay? Or 091-5387-7127. These are the numbers that you can connect with us this morning. Quickly, let's get back to the roads. Before we continue the conversation, yes, Ikorodu Road, slow-moving traffic is being experienced from Majidu all the way to Anthony. Wow, that's a very, very long stretch indeed. And Lagos-Ibadan Expressway up to the Third Milan Bridge, also slow-moving traffic all the way from Beja, New Garage, all those corridors, Otedela, very, very slow this morning. And we can tell you, it's not smiling for those of you who are on the road. All right, Beja, New Garage to Tedela, very, very slow. And this is due to motorists making use of Nuruddin Oluopopo Way. And it's also slow from the toll gate and beyond up to Ifako due to construction activities on Ogudu Ifako Bridge. All right, so but it gets better. Immediately you get past the construction corridor all the way to Ilubirin, and then the return journey is also slow, approaching the toll gate turning. But we have traffic managers on ground managing the situation at that particular location. So take note of that, those of you that are within that corridor. All right. If you want to join the conversation, like I said, you can do so on 091-5387-7127. All right. So, madam, we're going to be having a new session now in the formal education setting. Schools are resuming.
Yeah.
Is it the same for for your centers as well? Are schools resuming very soon?
Like I told you, there's flexibility, and we don't want to leave anyone. We don't want to leave anyone behind. So you can come into our center anytime. But the thing is that you just have to spend 9 months in the center.
Okay.
So there's flexibility. That's it.
From what you've seen, I mean, you've been there for some years now, and I'm sure there'll be some cases that resonates with you, really. What age? I mean, the oldest person that have come to the center. Can you let us know?
The oldest one that comes to 179-year-old mama in Ikorodu.
79-year-old?
79-year-old, yeah. She came in some few years back. Unfortunately, I've not kept in touch with her, so I'm not sure. But I want to pray she's still alive anyway.
Wow.
She was 79 years.
The
day she came to register, we're all shocked. We're all shocked. As you said, it's our dream. It's our dream to You know, that she wants to be able to read and write. She wants to be able to read her Bible in Yoruba. That is one area too. We don't just teach them in English. We also teach them in Yoruba. We even teach them in a Pidgin. And there are some few other literacy centers of ours where we also teach in Hausa.
Okay.
But I think we have just two of them. One is at Agege, one is at Idiaraba. Just two of them, yeah. But it all depends on what you want. If you want to be taught in Yoruba, yeah, but they are not as many as those that we teach in English language.
Right. Yeah. Okay, some messages coming in here for you. This one says, good morning, Victor. Happy birthday to you. Please, how can friends and family encourage someone who feels ashamed about their inability to read and write? Bode is sending this one in. Bode, thank you so much. All right. So, for people who feel ashamed, madam?
Yeah. But you know, like I told you, that we treat everyone equally. We treat you like an adult. There's no stigmatization when it comes to not being able to read and write. We encourage you to come. When you come, you will see people that are even older than you in the center, you know. And, you know, when we have it, we have our centers in even faith-based organizations. We have it in churches. You know, we have it in mosques. We have it in mechanic villages. We even have it in marketplaces. You know, the reason why we have it in such places is, for instance, in faith-based organizations now, you will know each other. So when you see each other, so this one too cannot read and write. So Mama Lagos cannot read and write. Baba Kabadu cannot read and write. So, you know, so they all come together. And I tell you, when you see these people, in fact, I'm sorry to say, they behave like children, in the sense that the excitement in them to want to learn. And the moment they can learn, I mean, they've learned one thing, and you know, they are told that it is correct, you will see the excitement in them. You know, in fact, those of us who had the opportunity of going to school at the right time, we did not really know the opportunity we had.
That's very true. All right, so more reactions coming in. 091-5387-7127. If you want to speak with Mrs. Kalesombo, who's the head of the Lagos State Agency for Mass Education, feel free to connect with us. This one says, happy birthday, Victor Terry. God bless you. Thank you so much. Says, please ask your guest that how can we make reading attractive again in this age where most people prefer TikTok and Instagram. Chioma is sending this one in. Chioma, thank you so much for your shout out to me.
Okay. Before I answer that question, Victor, I never knew today was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Too many happy returns.
Yeah, thank you.
So, to the last question.
Yes. So how can we make reading more attractive today?
Yes, when we're growing up, we didn't have all this social media competing for our time like we have it now. But a lot also depends on parents. A lot depends on parents. You know, when children are still very, very young, you've got to introduce them to reading. You know, you've got to introduce them to reading storybooks. You've got to introduce them to even you reading bedtime stories to them. You know, and they'll be excited at reading. You know, it's not when they get to secondary school that you now start forcing them to read. But then be that as it may, the internet also helps out.
Yeah, I think
the only thing is just that you have to you just have to regiment it. You know, you have to regulate it rather. Right. You know, because you can learn a lot of things on the internet too. There are many academic books e-books you can read online now. The only thing is, as parents, you have to be able to monitor what your children do on the internet. You know, we are in the digital era. You cannot stop them. Life is moving on, life is changing, and they have to move along with the trend. For instance, now, I heard that WAEC is going to be done, it's going to be CBT now. So if you don't focus on just reading the physical book, how will that child be able to, you know, to operate the computer for the exam?
All right.
So they go side by side.
This one says, for someone who is over 40 and never got the chance to go to school, is it too late to start? Thank you so much.
Not too late.
Put your name.
That kind of person. That's the kind of person we want. That's the kind of person we want. It's never too late. Never too late.
Right. Okay then. 08099120777 09153877127. We did tell you it's a very, very slow movement indeed. Those of you coming in from the Lagos Ibadan Expressway corridor, very slow one. That's as a result of the construction corridor. The toll gate towards Alakbere, very, very slow, almost like a standstill for those of you who are within that corridor. Ikorodu Road too is pretty slow, and that's what you'll find at this time. So please just be patient. If you are in that build-up already, you need to be very, very patient. All right. From the inner part of Ikorodu, it's a very, very slow one indeed. From Majidu, Mile 12, Koshofe, K2, the interchange at Ojota, all the way to Anthony. It's a very, very slow one indeed. And then Lagos Ibadan Expressway Corridor 2, both major corridors to the island are pretty slow this morning. I would say if you've not left your house, maybe you can just still tarry for a while before you do so. All right. So now that you've spoken about the roles that your agency plays, do people need to pay for them to attend your centers?
Pardon?
Do people need to pay before they can attend your centers?
No, I said it earlier on. It's free of charge. And that was how I was saying a very big thank you to our governor. You know, our governor is very passionate about education generally, not just formal, but also non-formal education. It is free of charge. You don't need to pay a dime. The government provides the textbooks that you would need. The government pays as and when due facilitator stipend. So you don't need to pay anything. It is free of charge.
Okay. And you said the centers are, you can find them in Ikorodu, in Ikeja.
They are all over the place. You know what? You know what? They're all over the place. Just go to any local government or any LCD and ask those who are in charge of education there that you want to enroll as an adult learner, and they will direct you to where to go to. And you can also come to our own head office within Lausa, in the Jubilee block beside Polaris Bank within the secretariat, and we'll tell you where to go that is nearest to your house, because we do not want you to be taking transportation to the centers. We want you to go to the one nearby.
Okay, so in terms of facilities and infrastructure for those centers, what do they look like?
It's non-formal. So at least you'll have a table, you'll have a chair, and of course you'll have a chalkboard or a whiteboard.
Okay.
Where the teacher can. The most important thing is that the environment must be conducive to teaching and learning. You can even learn. We even have centers under the tree. It's non-formal. So you do not necessarily have to be in the four walls of the classroom. Though we make use of some of our classrooms, some of our schools too, after school hours.
All right, this one says, Mrs. Kalek, why do we still see young people finishing school but struggling to read fluently? Biodun Ajayi is sending that one. Biodun, thank you.
Is that question meant for me?
I do not know.
But I'll try. But I'll try and answer that.
Right. That's talking about literacy level. So maybe this person is wondering why maybe lots of people just go through school.
In as much as Lagos State government is trying very hard to make education accessible, formal, non-formal, to make it accessible to everybody that resides in Lagos, you still find out that, and this is the truth, everybody cannot go to school.
Okay, let's take his call. Let's take his call. Just a second. Hello there. Good morning.
Good morning, Tuma Victor.
All right.
Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you so much.
Quick one. My name is Ainde.
Okay.
The adult education we're talking about, what qualification are we talking about? Is it primary or secondary education, or how do we do it? Or does it get into higher institution also? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Ainde.
Okay. Thank you. I got that question.
Yeah.
I got that question.
Go ahead.
Now, ours is for primary school, primary 1 to primary 6. And I tell you, there's another avenue you can go to. It's a non-formal avenue. For instance, we have what is called basic literacy centers.
Okay.
Now, those basic literacy centers are, what we teach them is equivalent to primary 1 to 3. And we believe that because you are an adult already, you're matured, you're experienced, you're exposed, you are wiser. Within 9 months, what a 6 to 9 year old child will learn for 3 years, you should be able to learn by 9 months if you come to class regularly.
Okay.
Now, from there, if you are still academically inclined, you will move on to our post-basic literacy center. Those one focus on the curriculum for primary 4 to primary 6. Now, you spend more time there because you have more specific subjects
They're going to be
will
taught.
teach you.
Okay.
You spend 2 years, You spend 2 years there. Now, after that 2 years, we give you a certificate. We also give you the certificate for the basic. We give you a certificate for the post-basic. If you're still academically inclined, that is where continuing education centers come in. Now, these continuing education centers, they are focused on secondary from JS1 to SS3, and they are privately run. We also give them our approval to function. We monitor their activities. So you go there, but then you have to pay for that one. That's for the secondary aspect of it. It's non-formal. And by the time you finish your SS3, you write your GCE.
Okay.
When you write your GCE or external NECO, if you are still academically, and we've had success stories of people who went through this route and went into the university. By the time you write your GCE or your external NECO, if you are still academically inclined, of course, you write your JAM and you go into the tertiary institution.
Right. Okay,
So
then.
that's the second time route.
Right. So there's a whole lot that people can gain and different categories too. That's what you're saying this morning. Let's begin to round it all off because I know time not really our friend. But for those who are listening to us, even as we mark Literacy Day, for those who are not, literate at the moment, madam, what's your advice and how can they also tap into what the Lagos State government is offering?
Thank you. I always tell people, Victor, as you are there, and all our listeners, we have a village we are from. We have relations who cannot read and write. Encourage them. When you teach one, that's when we teach another, and before we know it, we're all literate.
Right.
So I want to encourage people out there who cannot read and write to come to our centers. It's free of charge. You're encouraged to come, and we'll welcome you. We look forward to seeing you there.
And where's the headquarters located?
It's within the Secretariat at Lausa. Okay. That's where the headquarters is. And of course, we also have area offices too. But like I told you, just go to the nearest local government in your area, because we also partner with the local governments as well, and ask for any adult literacy center, and they will direct you there.
All right. So as a round off, are we looking up to a time when there will be 100% literacy level in the state?
Oh yes, there's nothing that will gladden my heart as much as that.
Okay.
It is feasible.
And
it is possible.
If you can you put a year to it? Are we saying in the year 2030, 2040?
Don't tie my hands, Victor. Don't tie my hands.
All right, madam.
Looking forward to it.
It's nice having you on the program. Thank you so much for connecting with us this morning.
Thank you very much, Victor. Once again, happy birthday. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, this morning we've been able to reflect a bit on celebrating International Literacy Day, mirroring literacy as a tool for empowering individuals and communities. And my guest this morning has been Mrs. Oluwakemi Yetunde Kalesanwo, who is a director and head of the Lagos State Agency for Mass Education. We have to go. Mike James has produced the program. A maximum shout out going out to you. And of course, Remy Alukos of our social media unit. We do appreciate you. I say big thank you to our executive producer, Tayo Akonle. My name is Victor Oteri. I'm out. Stay very much within. Have a great day. Bye.
Darapute